Hello, everyone. I am JJ, and I'm so excited to be here with you all today. I want to give a shout out to Kieran and James again. Incredible people. I've known them for about 4 or 5 years, and actually a lot of people in this room, we've grown up in the industry together. We've shipped our first apps together. We've shared feedback. We've taught each other. And it's just been an incredible community that we've built here. And I hope you all feel it, experience it, and make friends today. Because as Kelly was saying, it's just one of the best parts. We're all becoming builders now, and you're going to see the journey of the last 7 years, where we've come and what's possible today. But having that community, having that friendship with you of just, hey, I'm stuck here, can you help out? That really makes a difference. So I think all of you, just by being here today, you're already winning in that aspect. So I am JJ, and I am an AI trainer at 10X. I travel around the country, and I help Fortune 500 companies figure out what AI is, what to do with it, what it means for our company, their company, and then how to train people. But I have kind of like a weird story because I don't have a CS degree. I'm not trained in AI. I was previously a non-technical founder, and I kind of found my way here. And so hopefully by the end of the story, you'll feel that if someone like me that doesn't come from a technical background, that's not technically trained in this, can do it, hopefully you can do it too. So I actually started my career as a filmmaker. I was in Los Angeles. I was making movies. That was like a good life. I didn't think I would get into tech. And then in 2017, I had an idea for a very, very simple app. But I didn't know anything about applications. I didn't know any developers. I didn't know anything like that. And so I was like asking friends, where do I get started? Can I just do a WordPress thing, whatever? And they're like, I don't know. And so I got connected with someone. And he used to be an old Microsoft developer. And he's like, oh, you got to build it with .NET and all this kind of stuff. And I was like, okay, great. But I had no idea what I was doing. So he's like, it's going to be like $50,000. And I was like, well, okay, let's figure it out. I got to go a couple here. I skipped a little bit, but that's fine. And so I'll come back to that. But got there. All right. So, sorry, I skipped. I'm going to come back here. I'll get back to there. So, after traveling across the country, people are thinking like how I got there, how I became this guy. Not technically trained or anything like that. I don't have a computer science degree. And people think I'm smart. I'm not. I just use the tools. I take the time on weekends and nights and just do what I can to get ahead. And I spent that time, I fell in love with that process along the way. And when I learned something, I try to share it with other people. And recently, my grandma was like, hey, what do you do? No one really knows what I do. They just see me traveling. And I'm like, well, Grandma, do you remember when the internet was born and everybody had to figure out how to use the internet? People were scared of it. They didn't know what to do with it. They didn't know what it meant, but they just knew that it was important and that they needed to start using it. And I was like, well, that's what I do now. I help people learn how to use the internet, use AI. I help them figure out what it means for them. I help them figure out how to use it in their business. And it's just so important. It's become what I think is the and it's just one of those things where back then you needed to have, on the resumes, it's like Excel or Python, the skills that you needed, and now it's AI. And it's just very, very important skills. So, for those that have an idea that they wish they existed, just raise your hand. Like, hey, I have this idea that I wish I could build. Anyone in the room? Okay, cool. How many first-time builders do we have here? Awesome. So by the end of today, I really hope that for the first-time builders, you're able to build that idea. You're going to have a ton of workshops, a ton of training, a ton of use, etc. And then for those builders that are already here, I think you're also going to find out how to build better. You're going to be connected with more community members and generally, leave this room more inspired as well. So new builders and experienced builders alike, it's a really good day for everyone. So I didn't always start here. And again, I think I'm the last person you might expect to build something. So taking you back to kind of where I was, now we're catching up to where I fast forward to earlier. So back in my filmmaker days, I loved being a filmmaker, and I wanted to build this startup. And so as a filmmaker, I was traveling around the country, most of the United States, filming in place to place. And each time I stopped to go to a new place, I needed to find local film crew. So hair and makeup artists, lighters, gaffers, etc. And so I was like, hey, wouldn't it be cool if there was an online marketplace where I could find and hire people, right? And so that's where I got quoted to build this software marketplace for $50,000. We're caught up now. So I had raised the $50,000, figured I could make it happen. And then after 6 months, we had a home page, a sign-up page, a login page, and just about nothing else. And it was very clear to me at that point that I didn't know how to do anything. I didn't know how to build anything. I had very little money, comparatively so, and we had gotten not far at all. But I just fell in love with that process. When I got started as a filmmaker, I liked it because I could take my ideas, I could write it down, and I could film it, and I could bring it alive. And now building software, I was taking my ideas, writing it down, sketching it, and designers were bringing it to life. And I was like, man, I really like this process. I want to keep going. And I think I probably should have stopped. But this is where I doubled down. And long story short, I spent the next 12 months raising money. Angel investors, VC investors, went to San Francisco, all that kind of stuff. And I had a good amount of money in the bank afterwards. But at the core thing, that process in 2017, 2019 was broken. As a non-technical builder, we had to work with developers, we had to pay them, and the development life cycle was very long. You know, I'd submit an idea, they'd say, hey, 2 weeks, 4 weeks, 6 months, etc. And if you were to do that idea, you needed to get it right. If I spent 3 months building a feature, that feature better work, because I don't have much money left after that, so if that doesn't work, it's hard, right? And it was my company, and I couldn't even control it. You know, if a customer came to me and was like, hey, I need you to change something, I needed to develop do it, and that was really frustrating. And so I spent the whole time in that period, 2 years, of like, I just wish I could build it. I just wish I could build it. And I always had that feeling that I'm just not smart enough, that I just couldn't do it. And I think some of us maybe have told themselves a version of that at some point. I think it's a natural feeling. And there's several points in my journey that I have felt this, of just I'm not smart enough. Coming out of high school, you know, I wasn't good in engineering, I wasn't good in science or math or anything, and so I wanted to be a teacher, but I didn't think I was smart enough, and so I went another path. But with very little money left, and I didn't want to admit defeat yet. I didn't want to go back to my investors and say, hey, I failed. I didn't want to do all this stuff. And so that was kind of where I felt like I was pushed over. And it's like, I need to learn how to build. Otherwise, none of this is going to happen, and I got to admit failure. So at that time, I was looking for a platform to learn. This was about 2019, 2020. Looking for a platform where I can learn one platform, and I could build everything. Workflows, databases, UI, etc. And do you guys remember, some of the OGs in the room will remember the blog articles from Bubble of like, build an Airbnb in 1 day, or build something, right? And so I found one of those articles. I was like, oh, if a blog article, pages, teaches you how to build Airbnb, I think I could build this as well, right? And so that's how I learned about Bubble. And then I went to Udemy, and I found a course from Gregory John. Raise your hand if you've learned from Gregory John in this room. All right. So Gregory John he was my teacher when I learned it in 2020. He worked for Bubble for a bit, really great educator. And 3 lessons into that Udemy course, I remember thinking, wow, like I can do this now? I went from like talking to a developer of now just dragging and dropping onto the screen. And I remember shouting to my wife, who's here, in fact, she's over there. Shout out to my wife. I was like, wow, can you believe this? Like, I'm actually doing this now. I'm signing a user up. I'm creating this. And like, I just got so enamored by the process. Nights, weekends, everything, I was building and building and building. And so all that technical stuff that I used to talk to my developers, now I was that person. I was hooked, and I couldn't stop doing it. I got super swagged up, and it became my whole life for a while, and it still kind of is, right? So Going back to originally in 2019, I love this one because I remember talking to my developer. I was like, hey, can you just sign people up with Google for me? And he's like, yeah, it's probably going to be like 30 to 40 hours, you know, like $5,000 to $6,000. And I'm like, well, okay, we just won't do that one. And then in Bubble, all of a sudden, it's literally one click. You just put it there and you sign up with, and I'm like, oh. So that was another one of those moments of like, I think I'm on the right track here, right? And so all the crazy ideas I had in my head, I started building. I started building web apps, I started building marketplaces, and all educational apps, and all that kind of stuff. In fact, that company that I raised $300,000 for, that I tried to build for 3 years, that eventually ran out of money, within 6 months, I built it, and then by month 9, I had generated more money with that company than I ever had with the other one, and then by month 12, I had sold that company. So that was a long way to say that being able to get the power of being a developer really just fast forwarded me and just took my ideas to the next level. So now in 2021, I have been using almost every no-code tool possible. A lot of them are here today: Bubble, Zapier, Softer, Make, etc. And just I'm now working as a full-time builder. Non-technical dude is leading and teams of engineers and no-code developers as a full-time builder. I built fintech startups, I built marketing platforms, I built a lot of things. And right about this time, I had felt the urge to make an even bigger impact. Again, being someone that's non-technical and going through that and experiencing that magic of like being a builder, I wanted to bring that to more people. And so that's when I joined Softer. Softer is one of the partners today. I was lucky to be with them for 2 years. And when I joined them, they had about 300,000 users. And throughout my 2 years there, we had built the academy, we built certifications, did online videos, workshops, et cetera, and we had grown to over 1 million users. And during that time, I helped Softer, who focuses on beginner builders, non-technical people, take their spreadsheets and build internal apps for the first time. And over again, I saw the fire in their eyes of, I'm now able to build things. I'm now able to do this. I now don't have to go to procurement to go find a new thing. I could just build it myself. I don't need to go to developers anymore. I could just build it myself. And so people that were waiting years for a dev team, that needed a budget, could just do it themselves. And that fire in their eyes, that keeps me going. That I still got that fire in my eyes. And I hope by the end of today, you guys, if you don't already have it already, get that fire in your eyes as well. So now we're in 2025, and this is when Cursor, the AI-powered IDE, was very popular. It still is, it's a great tool. And at that time, I had an idea for a new application that I wanted to build. It was a loyalty program where you could send push notifications to people. But this one required a custom build because no-code tools couldn't build the backend. So I worked with a partner. I was like, hey, I'll build the front end in no code, you build the back end in code. And he's like, great. And then a month in, we had it almost built, and he's like, JJ, I just can't do it anymore. This is a side project. I need to do all this stuff. And so again, I was faced with that decision of, well, do I just shut this down, or do I figure out how to build the back end, which is custom code? And I had reached that point again where it was just like, am I smart enough to do this? Like, can I do this? And for a bit, I was like, I don't think I can. I think I just got to shut this down. And so that's where I was like, I got to give it a try. So I opened Cursor, and this time I was able to know what I wanted, and I was able to start speaking to it with AI. And Cursor has these AI agents that are able to build the code for you. And about a week later, I had rebuilt the whole thing, and I had launched it, and had it live. And that was a moment last year where that fire reignited again of, I'm not smart enough. Oh, wait, I think I can do it, and I did it. And from that point on, I have been obsessed using AI to build with coding for me. And so I've been using Cursor and all the other tools along with no code to build for me. I was building Chrome extensions, apps, websites. And at this point in time in 2025, it got so fast at building things that I could actually start to build things just for myself. If I was doing something at work, I could build a Chrome extension to help me do the thing that I need to do faster in 4 hours, 6 hours, 8 hours. And I was building things just for myself. And over the last year, I've built over 50 different applications. I've only released like one of those. Because the ability that where we are right now in time, you are able to build quick enough and fast enough to keep it to yourself And that's a crazy thing, to have personal software. So we're now at the place where you could build something in 30 minutes like our hackathon today, in a day, a weekend, a month. And it comes down to what do you want to build? What's worth building, right? And so by the end of 2025, AI got so good at coding, that's when the best engineers in the world stopped writing code by hand and started using AI to write the code for them. And over at 10x, we have an AI engineering division. All of our engineers now use AI, Claude Code or Codex, using multiple agents in parallel, working for them, running 24/7. And it's an insane place to see. After seeing so many people code by hand for years, where we are now with agentic engineering is crazy. And right around this time, Claude Code came out. And just like I got addicted with Cursor, I got addicted with Claude Code. And right about that time, early 2026, do you guys remember? It was like January break, Claude Code just blew up. 4.5 Opus came out, and I had become obsessed with it. And my buddy, well, not my buddy at the time, but Alex, a respected figure in the internet, was like, I'm going to launch a Claude Code community. Does anyone want to help? And I just raised my hand. I really know. And he responded to me. He's like, hey, what do you think? And within 24 hours, I had sent him my vision for the application. And he's like, yeah, this is great. Do you want to do this? And I was like, sure. And then within 72 hours, we had our first 500 members in the application. And that tweet went on to get over 600,000 views. And then within a week of that, Alex is like, well, I got to hire you now. You have to join this company. He goes, we only hire in New York City, but we're going to make an exception for you, and we're going to hire you because you just got to be hired. And so I joined 10x with that opportunity. And for me, that was like, right place, right moment, yes, but I was also prepared for that moment. I had also been working, training nights and weekends for that moment, so if I needed to build something in 24 hours, I was able to, and I did. So since joining 10x, I've been traveling around the country, helping Fortune 500 companies figure out what AI is. I've been lucky to work with a lot of them, and I've been quite busy traveling. And so one of the things that I've found about working with these people, these companies, some public companies, some of the smartest people in the world is we're all figuring it out. I don't think anyone has the answers yet. No one has a perfect plan yet. I think AI is moving so fast that we're all trying to figure it out. And I think that's okay. I think we just need to give ourselves the time, the patience to figure it out and to be in the ring and to be there. Because like I said before, this is one of the most foundational skill sets of our lifetime. And I've continued to see this over and over again. I'm currently touring with Anthropic, going state to state, teaching small business owners how to use Claude Code and Claude Cowork. We've gone to 9 stops so far. We have another 20 in the fall. And each stop is about 200 small business owners. And just seeing them use AI for the first time, seeing these people that, technicians, all these other people that never have used technology, now able to use technology for their business, now able to use AI for their businesses with no technical training. Within an hour, they're starting to do it and learn it, see the magic in their eyes, and it's really quite incredible. So I want you guys to leave here today with a couple of things. I know AI feels like magic. It's not, even though it's amazing and it's powerful. So do whatever you can to use it as much as you can. Push it as hard as you can. There's this thing where, adults, sometimes children find more success with AI than adults, because adults, we've been trained our whole lives of, oh, this isn't possible. But children don't have that yet. Children think it is possible, and so they ask AI what to do it. And they sometimes find more success because it just does it, because it's that powerful now, right? So what I'm trying to say is, be curious with it, be willing with it, put it out there, experiment. It's okay if it doesn't work right away. Continue to be curious, continue to try things, continue to be willing to learn, continue to put your ego aside, be willing to say, I don't know the answer, but that's okay, I'm gonna find out. Or do you know the answer? Ask around. We're all figuring it out. We're all in it together. And finally, build as much as you can, whatever you need it for, personal, public. If you're gonna build it and you don't like it, throw it away, try again. That's okay. That's all about getting your reps in. That's all the process of learning, and we're all there, right? We're all doing it, and the important part is that you're doing it too, because that's how you're gonna learn. That's how you're gonna be ready for the moment, for whenever you might need to arrives, and you'll be ready for that. So we have an incredible slate for you today. We have an incredible group. Again, shout out to James and Kieran, all the volunteers making this happen, all the sponsors here. You're in a really good place. You're in a safe place. Incredible people around. Make some friends. And by the end of it, I hope that you'll remember that you could do it too. So thank you, guys.